Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rita Valente. Welcome to Women Manifesting Dreams, episode number 14. And Amy, hi, how are you doing? Welcome here. Welcome to my world. Welcome to this podcast. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I'm super excited to have this chat with you. And tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're based.
Thank you for having me. I love doing podcasts. I've started to do more of them this year. They're so fun and I just love the exchange with them. So yeah, my name is Amy Jones. I am an intuitive life and business mentor. I'm from just outside of Vancouver, Canada. And gosh, a little bit about me. I retired last year from a 20-year corporate business sales career.
Wow.
And like the rest of us went through massive life-changing events, and now I'm here to really pay forward the knowledge and the wisdom that I've learned by really helping women lead with their heart and get out of their head and bring more harmony and balance into their world. And it's my honor and privilege to do this. This is my mission, this is my purpose, and I'm really grateful for having the time to share this message today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's interesting because when I look to you, I feel a lot of feminine energy. And many of us on this business, and many times working even with other women, the strategy is go, 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 go. It's so male oriented. So before we go there, I just want to say that I feel a lot of beautiful feminine energy coming from you. What is your story? So why did you retire? What did happen?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for that very beautiful compliment, because I was in my masculine energy for a very long time.
Yeah.
Unknowingly. And even though I'm a woman and I am very flirty and fun and sensual and feminine, I lost the spark. And so I've spent the better part of the last couple of years rediscovering and rebirthing my feminine. So I'm really, like, I'm even just emotional just saying this. I'm really grateful, because that's just really celebrating the work that I have done to choose me. And yeah, and part of the reason why I do this and what my story is, I have a lot of relationship trauma. I have a lot of working in corporate, and really what it comes down to is being in a position where I wasn't allowing myself to lead. I was allowing myself to be externally led. Do this, get that, do as you're told, in a controlling, hierarchical way, because I wanted everybody to be happy. I wanted to please everybody. I can see everybody's highest potential. And that's one of the really cool gifts is being a 5/1 reflector, is I see through all the layers and all the attachments, the pureness of really everything I experience. And I'm like, but you just need to do this, and you just need to do this. And being in a position where I wasn't allowed to lead because I just wanted everybody to be happy, it was very disempowering. And so it's taken me a long time to bring that balance into my world, rediscover my self-leadership, and bring balance and harmony to my masculine and my feminine, and allow both to lead in a beautiful partnership, in a marriage. Let my feminine lead and let my masculine serve in a very healthy way, which is very different. And it's not controlling, but it's discipline. And so bringing that discipline into my world is very different than controlling my world. It's a very subtle but powerful shift. And it's so important that we do that in our world today, because that's really what's happening. The whole dynamics of our world is really shifting from this over dominating, unhealthy masculine. I have to control everything to feel safe and protected, but it's blowing up around us. It's because we've been out of balance for so long. And the feminine within all of us is rising. And really all that means is, I want to be heard. I want to be seen. I want to be me. Let me be me. That's it. So, it's time we all get to be seen and heard for who we are.
When did you decide was enough?
Gosh. Well, I've had 3 children. I have a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. And so I knew it was enough quite a few years ago, but I was still in baby making stage and then maternity leave. And so as you know, letting go and surrendering happens in layers. And I was probably done and checked out at least 3 to 5 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I finally just said enough is enough last year. And it worked where I could move. And the funny part was I was literally going to go in and put my resignation in. And 5 minutes later, I had a meeting and I was handed a severance package, which is the world manifesting to me that I had energetically said I'm done. And so we created space, and then I received a beautiful gift to carry me through.
It's so good when it's so amazing when one event, see, if you look in a different perspective, can mean you could get it and feel that it was the end of your life, or you could get it and feel, yes,
I was so happy, but it only happened because I was done. And that's a very different energy, as you know, from manifesting. You have to feel it and believe it and be it to receive it. And all the times before I wanted it, but there was remnants that were holding me. And at that point I was done. And instantly, like literally 5 minutes later, I was given a severance package because I was done. I was energetically done. And I didn't know about energy years ago.
Yeah, that is another thing, right? Coming from go, 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 three-dimensional work, material, physical, finding there is another layer. I'm saying this because I grew up in Africa. So I was kind of into nature, spirituality very early in my life. But then I lost it all in Europe. And when I arrived to Mexico 1 year ago, was like intensive course of extraterrestrial, Akashic records, how to connect with other dimensions, what are other dimensions, and, all this, I was like, oh, this is a world that I love to use as a playground, but I was so far away before, because even tapping in EFT then is one of my main tools, can be seen like this. Even if I know, then you can use tapping an EFT to manifest whatever you want. That is another thing. But when I arrived here, I just didn't want to leave my mind open for what if. What was after that? How did you find your way? How did you decide I'm going to guide, coach, heal women?
Well, it started about 7 years ago now? I'm trying to remember. It's 2017. I had my initial spiritual awakening where I just realized what I was doing wasn't working. I was putting a Band-Aid on things. Mm-hmm. Therapy, counseling, meetings, all very valuable, but they were surface, like they weren't getting to the core. And I just felt like I was beating my head against the wall. And like literally, I mean, now that I just spoke the manifestation piece, I probably was ready for something else. I was energetically done. And I manifested this beautiful, amazing woman into my world that introduced me to energy healing. I didn't know about chakras. I had never meditated in my life. And I was a high level competitive athlete. Like I almost went to the Olympics. I was very go, go, go in corporate. Like, so I understood mindset and process and structure really good, but I didn't understand how to just listen. And so I was introduced to energy healing, and really that changed my life, because it was the first time that I felt as though I was moving the stuff that was stuck that I wasn't getting to before, because I probably felt too scared to get to it, but I was ready to get to it. And I allowed myself to slowly, which I really believe is so important, is keeping your nervous system safe and in check, because we come from such an instant gratification culture of get this, crash, get this, crash. And when you can go at your own pace, it's like the tortoise and the hare. You go a little slower, but you're not going backwards. You're constantly going forward, and you get to hold the throttle, which is another version of leadership. So it took a while, but it took me running away from my pain to going towards my pleasure, which is a very different experience. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's been pretty cool.
It's so nice to talk. I feel that our energy vibration did match, and I'm listening to you and I feel like I know you for a long. It's really appealing. What kind of people are you working with?
I find I work with a couple of different people. I work with men as well, but I typically find I work with women that are just waking up, getting curious about kind of like where I was 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, I want something more. What I'm doing isn't working. I need more. Like, I need to maybe learn how to meditate, or like, just learn to connect in with the feminine more. So women that are just really sort of stuck in corporate, or looking to get out, or looking to change because how they've been doing things, it's just so not working. And then I work with business women who have perhaps left corporate, or they're entrepreneurs who are building their business and wanting to expand their business. And I help them do that in the energy of harmony, really honoring their masculine and their feminine. We deconstruct, we rebuild, and we up-level them. So it's really 2 different paths, but there's so much interchanging with that. Ultimately, it's I help women heal, and we're always healing, and we're always growing and expanding. And it all comes down to relationships, because everything is a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And did you need to do some healing?
We always do.
I know, my women are majority coaches, mentors, and I always joke, and healers need healing. So that is the reason why the reason why I choose my audience like this. I have business women as well, but the reason why is I have this secret desire of guiding women to heal as well, to achieve, to manifest, to heal. So they go and they impact other people's lives, and they are coaches, mentors, business owners. They go and they impact that people, and then it goes, and it's like a ripple effect, right? So it's just so amazing. And what kind of ways, offers do you have? What kind of containers? How can people work with you?
Well, as a reflector, and for the people that don't know who human design reflectors are, it's such a cool world that
it's really a very small world.
Very small, 1% of the population. But literally all that means is I don't have the energy to sustain the go, 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 go. I ebb and I flow. And so what I've learned as I've learned to honor that is I might do something for a few months, and then I might do something else for a few months. Mm-hmm. My consistent, and so sometimes I'll do groups and sometimes I'll do master classes. My consistency is one-on-one mentorship, because I work really well one-on-one with women. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we go where you need to go, because I'm really potent. I get in and I get out. I see your exact next step for success. You don't need to work with me long-term, a couple months, 2, 3, 4 months, and then you're good. And if you want to continue and do the next level, that's fine. But that's the really potent gift that reflectors get. We see your highest path, and then you get to decide if you want to take it, but we get in and we get out. And also that honors my energy, because I don't want to work with somebody long-term, and I don't want them to work with me long-term, because my highest purpose is to manifest the gift of leadership. I want you to learn how to lead yourself. Mm-hmm. I don't want you to be attached to me.
You don't want them dependent on you, right?
No, I want to hold you safe, give you room to rise and expand, and then like the mom, like send you off to college and go have fun.
I like that. Well, what is the age of your oldest kid?
My oldest is, she'll be 10 in a couple of days.
Oh, you still have some time to wait for that. Oh, enjoy them when they are there. When they start being 12, 13, 14, and they say to you they don't want you to kiss them anymore, and that is the painful part.
I know. I'm holding on to it. So you have five kids?
I have 5. I raised 6, but I have 5. Yeah. Yes, but I'm always telling this story. I took a year off motherhood this year, and so my kids are 22, 21, 18, 14, and 7. The 7 is my little girl, and that was the tough part. But I burned out myself. I was a mom with 19. It was go, 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 business, go, 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 and being a DJ, go, 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 but nothing for me. And I always tell this story. I told this story on the podcast many, many times on the other podcasts. Is I had a moment. I came to Mexico to evaluate my possibility to live here, and I did not went back. And it was a tough decision, the most tough decision. I was talking with my ex-husband today, a long, nice conversation, what is nice. But I was struggling with many issues in our relation in special, and I could not find a way out, and he was not listening to me. So it was tough. I'm not going to get in details, but I just realized then when I went to Walmart and I went shopping for myself for the first time, I had no clue what to buy for me. I did not know what kind of food, what shampoo, nothing. I had no idea who I was. Who was Rita, right? And he made me cry a lot. So I promised myself that I was going to take a year to find myself and heal my depression and everything. Then what came in a good way, because if I never did get depressed, I never did found healing. If I never found healing, I was not a healer today. So kind of weird turn of events. But for you, and I keep receiving your energy, for you, how was when you closed your first client?
Oh gosh, nobody's ever asked me that. Well, what's coming through to me is it's a combination, because I really believe in community and charity and philanthropy. And so I'm kind of getting two answers here. My first client really was a mixture of, and these are in different time frames within a couple of months. The first clients that I closed were really like free discovery calls because I was helping women, because I genuinely wanted to help women. It made me feel really good. So when you ask me that, that's actually where I went.
Yes.
And then
but
I paused.
they
Like,
are our clients, right?
They are. And actually the funny part is I've come full circle and I'm now helping those women in the most divinely beautiful way. Thousands of them, like it's unbelievable. But my first paid client was actually, I'm feeling into the energy of corporate, which was, yes, I did it. Way to go. But it was a little bit of like, I did it in like the hustle. And so when you're asking me this question, I'm like, yeah, I did it, but it wasn't totally. I followed somebody else's process, which worked. Mm-hmm. And now I'm doing it my way, which is all about paying it forward and all about service first. And I tell you, when you tap into the energy of what your heart wants, like I'm getting emotional thinking about this, because nobody can tell you what makes you happy. And nobody can tell you what's going to fulfill you. And when you do something in an energy of pure fulfillment and happiness, everything comes to you in leaps and bounds more than you could imagine. And so when you're working and, say you're in corporate, you want to leave corporate and you're going into the coaching world or you're going into this new business, I really implore you to just stop and look at the foundation that you're building. And please do not build it in the same foundation that you've built before, which is doing what somebody else has done. You might need that a little bit at the beginning to kind of get your legs going in the right direction, but please stop and listen to your heart.
Create your own blueprint.
What's that?
Create your own blueprint.
Your own blueprint, your own harmony of your masculine action and your feminine intuition, which is going to be a little different for everybody, but your purpose and your mission is different than everybody else's. And you honor that first, your foundation is going to serve that. And it's just going to feel so much richer and it's just delicious and juicy and wonderful and overflowing and like effortless. And so when I closed my first client, I just felt as though I was doing what I was meant to be doing, which was following my journey of inner fulfillment.
I need to ask you something. It comes up to me because I found that you are a good example to talk about it. Did you struggle with get paid?
Did I struggle with getting paid for my clients? Yeah, because my core wound is charity and philanthropy. Yes. But it's also where my prosperity is. And so I just have to create the model that honors both of those energies.
Oh, so good. Then you find because it's a struggle I'm out of that struggle, but it was a struggle for me from the beginning until I start seeing then When you go to a doctor, you pay the doctor's appointment, right? When you go, so you cannot, and it's just because you love and you know you can help the person, you keep giving, 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 giving. What is next for you?
Well, so I have a speaker series, which is amazing. It's part of what I'm building here, and it's very similar to you, and it's this pay it forward. And so part of the foundation that I've built of this circular business model, which isn't like a hierarchical business model, it's a very circular, backwards and forwards giving and receiving. And one of that pieces is charity, and one of that pieces is my speaker series, and one of that piece is wellness. And the speaker series is so powerful for me because, like you, I get to share my stage and let people come and use my stage to share their message. And that is really important to me, to be seen and heard for who you authentically are. And so anybody that wants to come into that space can. And I actually just, funny enough, thought today I was going to just do something for fun. And I'm going to share it here because whenever this posts, somebody's meant to see it. I wish somebody could help me the way that I wanted help when I started out. And so I have a link for a one-on-one session by donation. And this is something I've never done. I literally just received this about an hour ago, and it's meant to be shared here. And whenever somebody sees this, I'll give you a link for that and they can connect in.
Please share the link. The next question was exactly how can people find you online?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Amy AA Jones, and I have a Facebook group called Live with Intent, which is the name of my business. And I'm sure you'll probably include my links as well.
Yeah, you can share with me. You can share with me on Instagram or on Facebook, and we, because I will ask you a photo as well, and I have a present for you as well. So in 1 second, I will tell you. A message to your younger self.
Okay, well, clearly my eyes went to my whiteboard, which, right, you can do it and follow the fun. And I think really what that is don't dim your light. Just keep doing what lights you up and just keep following your fun. And I know you can do it, and don't stop. Because if you stop, it's going to take you a long time to get right back to where you are, which is home.
One thing, tell us the story of one thing that you manifest in your life already.
Well, we shared the one about the severance. I've also moved, funny enough, I moved last year on the Lionsgate portal to what I like to call my version of paradise. So we moved from Vancouver to the Okanagan Valley, and it literally feels like vacation every day. And I dreamed I would live here, and I'm literally living on the lake that I saw 15 years ago that I never dreamed I would live here. And I walk that lake every day. It's like 200 yards from my home. And for me, wealth is more about all-encompassing wealth, which is connected to your worth. So yeah, wealth is financial, but wealth is also quality of life. My quality of life is extremely wealthy. And for me, that is really, really lovely and joyful and powerful because I'm sharing that calm, wealthy experience with my family. And that is far more important than, making $1 million and getting all the things you want, because I feel fulfilled in here, which is beautiful. Good. Yeah.
What is the secret of manifestation?
You got to be it. You got to believe it, but you have to be it. You have to be in that moment so much that when it happens, it's already there.
You feel it. You behave as, okay. I agree with you. Last question. Share with us a quote.
Be the change. It's been an anchor for me for quite a long time. And I'd read Mahatma Gandhi's book. No, oh my gosh, not Mahatma Gandhi. What am I saying? Nelson Mandela's book years ago. And it just really
for 1 second was a kind of a Paris Hilton joke when she said, Nelson Mandela died. We will never forget your words. I have a dream. So, but no, it's not a crime to make it means then you read a lot. So we are all happy. Be the change. Yeah. It's an amazing. You have another quote, and I love it. Then is everything looks impossible, everything seems impossible until it's done. Yeah, I will leave another one. Then is one of these podcast favorites is take ownership of the result before having any clue how to get the results.
I love that. That's pulling your vision into your.
Yes, it's just being. You have no clue how. I just did a different package for my people working with me. I did some different things that I'm releasing now, and I'm starting this next. I'm traveling to Madrid, like I said to you in the beginning. So I'm taking a week off, but my brain is already thinking about what can I do on that week off, what can I film, what kind of content, and I just did set up different programs and different price range and different things because I know the results that my women are having. And this moment, I have no clue how I'm going to make that happen, but I know I will. I know I will. No clue how, but I know I will. Another thing that I want, that I know we will, is because I have an invitation for you. I invite the guests, my favorite ones, to have a dream activation session with me. So it's a healing session with me and tapping and EFT and a nice conversation. I really want to see you again. I'm going to say bye to these people and say bye to you properly. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I love this. This was fun.
Podcast is for women, to women, from women, and we want to change the world 30 minutes each time or 20 minutes each time every day. Keep living your dream and make it happen. My name is Rita Valente. Join our group Women Manifesting Dreams on Facebook, and I see you guys your ladies on the next one. Bye bye.